order to show cause where we brought a lawsuit saying his property needs to be returned because we felt that there was no reason that the government should hold or seize his property. He's a victim. He's victimized again by having his phone taken away. I think there's a tendency for people to think that, oh, this is a defendant. This is not a defendant. This is somebody who was at a scene who dropped a phone and ran away when gunshots were going off. That's no more indicative of crime. That doesn't prove anything. So he wanted his phone back, and he should have gotten his phone back. And it's sad that it took this long to do, and it actually took us filing an order to show cause. We were making a Rep. Levin action. We were suing for return of chattel. Property is called chattel. Anything that's movable property is referred to as chattel, so we had to sue for the return of chattel. Our position was the DA's office and the police are holding the phone. They need to release it. They need to give it back to Mr. Jones, and that's what our paperwork and our suit that we filed is about. My client lives in Niagara Falls and drove down to get his phone when the DA said he can have it back. He was turned away at the police station. We went there again this morning. We spoke to RT Katie. She wouldn't give her last name, but she was the technician at the property, and it was a very difficult process. She said that she took a personal affront. She said it's held for evidence, and somehow they didn't get the message that it's released. So they were under the assumption that it's still held for evidence, even though we were told by the DA's office that we can have it. So that created a situation, and they saw my client as being difficult. But he's not being difficult. His phone has been out of his possession. He's paying for it. It's an iPhone. It's expensive. He's paying for this phone and he doesn't have access to it. And, people, I think it's easy to say, oh, we'll just give the phone, it's no big deal. But just think about it for a second, the treasure trove of information that's on a phone. All the personal texts, all the personal emails, all your maybe birthdays, pictures, any private stuff. If somebody's going to go through that, there needs to be heightened protections. And there are under the law. And in this case, a warrant was given, and I don't think it should have been. And we need to protect individual property rights. So here again, his phone was released. We need to get it back. We went to get it back, and yet again, after the third trip to Buffalo police property, we didn't get the phone back.